Hey guys, Jimmy Nielsen here, Mercury Pro Team member, and I wanted to take a short little minute or two today to show you guys how easy it is to change the oil on your Mercury 4-strokes. I've been doing it over and over a couple times a year because I put a lot of hours on my boat, but I stopped by Hanny's Marine on the way home today, picked this up. Oil change kit comes with your oil, your filter, and it also comes with a nice little rubber hose for when you're draining your oil. Makes a whole lot less of a mess and you don't have to clean up your motor afterwards. So, first thing you're going to want to do, get your motor in place. I'm actually going to trim mine down just a little bit more to make sure I get all that oil drained out of there. Pop the cover off, top of your motor. And then start with your guys' oil filter. Oil filter is located right on the side of the motor here. I'm going to take and bring the camera a little bit closer. Mount it right there on the side of the motor. Nice and easy to get to. So you want to start with that. Give that a couple little twists. Shouldn't be too tight because when you just put it new filter back on, you just put it hand tight. Just make contact and you usually go about a turn past hand tight. But the filter comes off nice and easy. It's got a little drip tray in here. If you do have any little bit of oil that should drip into this little tray, you can wipe out when you're done. But yeah, it's nice that when the motor sits for a little bit, you usually don't have any oil dripping out of there, and it's not a lot of oil in the filter either. So you guys can start with that, and then the next thing you do is down here on the motor is where the oil is to drain. So you just take yourself, mine's a 90 horse 4-stroke, takes a 5/8 inch wrench. You just put this in here, put this on here, give it a little bit of a turn. Usually I just get it so it starts to turn a little bit. It doesn't take much to get it loosened up. And you'll take your rubber hose and just slide that onto the end here of this little fitting on the side of the motor here. So you get that rubber hose on there, and if you continue to turn, you can turn it with your finger. You just keep turning that fitting, and then all of a sudden the oil will come out and just drain into your pan. I pulled my dipstick out already too, so set that right here in the pan. But yeah, just keep turning that thing until the oil starts coming out of your tube here. You just let it drain all out. So it's simple as that. So I'm going to pause the video here for a couple minutes, let this thing drain out real good, and then continue with the rest of the oil change. So stay tuned. Thanks. Alright, so we're back. Oil's just about done draining here, just a couple of drips out of the tube here. So I'm going to grab my 5/8 inch wrench here and give it just a little snug here. Turn it a couple times. Actually, I'm going to turn it back in with the hose like I did originally. Turn it out so we'll get it snug there. Take the wrench, give it a couple of turns. I always just kind of give it a little bit to make sure she's nice and snug. So pull your hose off. Now you're done with that for now. My rag here, I'm just going to kind of wipe off the inside of here, make sure if there's any oil that I got down here, it's cleaned off. So we're all done there. Grab your new oil filter next. And a quart of oil. Open yourself up a quart of oil here. Yourself a little bit of oil on the end of your finger here, some fresh oil. Go around the seal on the filter to make sure it's good and oiled before you put that on. And you're just going to put that on here. Screw that on like I was saying earlier until it makes contact. Once it makes contact, you're going to want to go one full turn around, which is kind of just about as tight as you can get it hand tight. So there you go, you got your oil filter on, you got your plug tightened back up here. Now you're going to go on the top of the motor here, on the back is the filler filler for your oil, and then just start dumping oil into it. So yeah, that's about all there is to changing the oil on these 4-strokes. It's, you know, really quite easy, you know, and just add the capacity oil to your motor on how much oil you're supposed to have added to your motor. What I usually do is I'll either throw the muffs on it, run it a little bit and check my oil again, or once I get on the water, start it up, let it idle on the water for a little while, pull the cover back off, check the oil real quick while I'm out on the water is usually what I do. Make sure I'm good, add a little bit if it's a little low. Usually it's just right on. Otherwise, you're good to go. So that's all there is to it. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, drop them below. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button. I'll have more videos to come on different maintenance stuff and more fishing videos. Hitting the lake here shortly in the next couple weeks, and I'll have another video up with my adventures in the water there. So thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, tight lines.